Okay, hello. This is Tasia from Chiron Divine Readings, and hopefully you can hear me on YouTube. So the last time I did a live on YouTube, I realized that my entire sound was not working. So I did a whole reading, and it did not go through. So I apologize to all of you on YouTube. It was a really good reading. I also did the live on Instagram. So now that that energy has passed, I apologize, but I'm trying this again. And so now that I see that it looks like this is set up, I should be good here. I'm going to go ahead and get started on Instagram as well, just in case there's any issues like before. you know, One of the things I had always felt is like, I just always seem to have trouble with technology. And then someone validated for me that spiritual people just tend to have issues with technology. And I'm like, yes, yes. um, and so, yeah, this is just a fun experience thus far. So let me go ahead and get things set up over here to go live on YouTube. And let me add my title. So I'm excited to do this new moon reading because I'm going to do something a little bit differently. Okay, well, different for me in terms of this new moon reading, but I think this is something that I'm going to start doing on an ongoing basis. Okay, and here we go. All right, so now I am live on Instagram and I am live on YouTube, and apparently my connection is not great on Instagram, and that's okay. We're just going to keep going with it. But I am, again, excited to do this live. Oh, did not mean to do that. I am just sort of testing things out on here on Instagram. Don't mind me. Nope. Okay, that works. That doesn't work. Okay. So, yeah. All right, so we're just gonna keep it simple on Instagram. And yeah, leave it at that. All right, so, I took last week off from doing any posts or readings, just so that I can sort of get myself more organized, more structured in terms of like what I want to do with both my Instagram and with my channel on YouTube and just my business in general. And I've decided to, be more consistent with the certain types of readings. And so for this past year, because I started my Chiron Instagram page in June of last year and then started the YouTube, I want to say in August of last year. But either way, for this past year, I've sort of been trying things out, seeing what works, seeing, where I tend to get more engagement. And I've finally figured out, what types of readings I want to do going forward for this channel. And so you'll be seeing some new readings starting next week. And so that'll be exciting. But one of the things I've decided to do consistently is that when I do these full moon and new moon lives, I will do each one a little bit differently. So, for example, with the new moon, like we're going to do today, what I will do is pull a card for each zodiac sign, and then I'll do a general reading for the collective. And then thank you for joining. And then when it comes to the full moon readings, I will do a full reading, and then I will take questions from folks who are on the live that, want me to pull some cards for them. So that's going to be my plan going forward as it relates to the full moon and the new moon readings. And beyond that, I'm just going to hold off on sharing and just, letting you know that there will be some new readings coming out starting next week. So I'm really excited. I hope that you're excited. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, I just want to also give a quick plug for the Chiron Divine Readings Tarot School that is currently open for enrollment. And so if you're interested in learning about tarot or just card reading in general, I highly recommend that you join. I am someone who really likes to understand what I'm doing before I dive into it. And so I feel the need to, share my experience in terms of how I got into tarot, share the research I did about it, because, when you come up in from certain backgrounds or communities, there's a lot of misinterpretations about what tarot is and what card reading is. And so just sort of sharing the things that I've learned about it and how I've been able to use card reading for tarot and oracle cards as a means for manifesting and for empowerment and for getting clarity and just tapping into my intuition. And so those are all things that I will be diving into in this tarot school classes, as well as just understanding the fundamentals of tarot, how to do readings, how to interpret the cards, how to do different types of readings for different types of situations, etc. So if that is something that is intriguing to you, please join me. There is a link in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram that you can click on to register. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, I will put a link in the description box. Okay? All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with some of these readings. So as I mentioned at the start, I will be pulling one oracle card for each zodiac sign. And we'll just go all around, starting with Virgo, since we are in Virgo season. So happy birthday to all my Virgos. I have quite a few family members who are kind of right on that Virgo-Leo cusp. And then more who are September Virgos. So happy birthday to all of you. And so some of the themes related to the new moon, which is taking place this Saturday. But you'll start to feel the energy of it probably around Friday, maybe a little bit into Thursday. But, Virgos are all about doing the work. They're all about the details. They're all about getting things in a particular order. And those are some of the themes that may come up for you during this new moon. And so, getting things organized, getting things set up in a way that is most conducive for whatever it is that you're trying to build or create. Virgo also rules the sixth house, which is connected to our day-to-day work, as well as our health and our daily communications. And so you may find some things come up in those areas as well. So, this is a great time for you to maybe set up your checkup with your doctor just to sort of make sure everything is okay. Also a great time to just sort of do an evaluation of your day-to-day schedule and your habits and see where you could maybe make some improvements. So I can speak to this personally. This past weekend, I decided to just take a completely different approach to how I do things organizationally. Hey, welcome. And, created a month-long schedule for all of my social media posts, for YouTube, for just how I'm going to spend my day. And so I did a monthly setup, and then I did a week long one, and then a day by day to-do list essentially. And so that's sort of my way of embracing this Virgo energy that we're in. And so I'm excited because so far it's been working out. Granted, I'm only on day 2, but that's okay. But I definitely feel it will help to keep me more organized. And it certainly has helped me in terms of the development of the ideas that I shared at the start of this live around like the types of readings that I'm going to start doing more consistently. So that's another theme related to Virgo. The planet that rules Virgo is Mercury. And so communication, again, being something big during this time, it should be no surprise to you that Mercury will be going into retrograde at some point during Virgo season. I believe the 9th of September is when Mercury goes into retrograde. So again, communication will definitely be a major theme during this time. So just a couple of things to be mindful of, not just for a Virgo season, but also as it relates to the Virgo new moon that we have coming up this weekend. Okay. So with that said, I'm just going to lay out all of these cards and just sort of go by what is speaking to me as we do this reading. And so for this part of the reading, again, I will pull one card for each zodiac sign. And we're just getting a sense for what you should be focused on manifesting during this new moon. All right, sounds good. Okay, so we have Virgo, and this card right here in front of me is speaking to me. So we have new moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. All right, Virgos. So you are being encouraged to step up and lead right now. What I'm feeling is that perhaps some of you are in a position to move up in your work life, like, make a lateral move or have some kind of a promotion or increase in responsibility. And what is being asked of you is to really focus on manifesting the right skills, the right talents, the right mindset to help push you into that next level, to help push you into that new position that you may be trying to go for. And so I feel like if this is the situation for you, I definitely recommend, looking at what leadership skills are required for the job, seeing if that's something that you already possess. And if so, great. How can you enhance that? If not, what is something that you can do to develop those skills? So my other passion is leadership development. And with my other page on Instagram at Dr. Tasia White, this week I'm doing a bunch of stuff related to leadership. And so it's just funny that this card came up as the first card because it sort of at least tells me that I'm on the right track in terms of sharing that information this week, 1, but 2, also just, I feel like this is a great card for Virgo because, again, Virgo is about doing the work, right? And so the more you can focus on understanding how to bring your best self to the work and how you can step up and lead, the better. All right, so Virgo, that's what you need to focus on manifesting. All right, next up we have our Libras, and this card is speaking to me. And interestingly enough, it is a Libra card. So first quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. So this is the card for you, Libra. And so what I'm getting is that for this new moon, really focus on manifesting new love opportunities. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a relationship kind of love, but just like love in general. So the love could be like a new friendship, or it could be a new partner, or it could be just a love for something, a passion for something. And so I'm feeling like perhaps lately you've been feeling unloved or feeling undeserving of love. And so during this new moon, this will be a great opportunity for you to really invite in love and doing some whatever your new moon ritual is, like doing something that is connected to love. So maybe even grabbing some like rose quartz and doing some meditating, just sort of feeling like that will be a helpful tool for you. Okay, Libra? All right. So next we have Scorpio. All right. So for Scorpio, we have full moon in Pisces, and it's saying forgive. Okay. So Scorpio, you are being asked to forgive. Forgive people, forgive situations, forgive yourself. If there's something that you've been sort of holding in, it's time to find a way to let that go. And so focusing on manifesting forgiveness, the feelings of forgiveness, understanding the importance of forgiveness is not necessarily for the other person, it's for you. In one of my card of the day readings, it might be the one for next week actually, that came up as a theme of like forgiveness and understanding that, forgiveness isn't for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. So you can sort of make room for something new to come in. And so Scorpio, that's the thing that's going to best serve you during this new moon. So manifesting, feelings of forgiveness will serve you at this time. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. And one thing I forgot to mention, my intention with this portion of the reading is to include sun, moon, and rising. So if for any reason your sun sign reading does not resonate, I also encourage you to watch out for your moon and rising sign, because there may be messages for you there as well. Okay, so Sagittarius. So we have last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. All right, so for my fellow Saggies out there, what I'm feeling is that perhaps we've been letting our feelings hold us back from certain things. And what is being asked of us during this new moon is to manifest I feel like this goes back to the Scorpio, like forgiveness and like opening our hearts and really allowing for us to move through our feelings so that we can actually get the work done. And so whatever it is that you feel like you may need to work through those feelings. So whether it be like working with a therapist or working with a coach or just talking to someone, a friend, like focus on manifesting that into your life during this new moon so that you can sort of work through those feelings and be able to move forward or move on from whatever it is that you may be experiencing. Okay, Sagittarius. All right, so next up we have Capricorn, and this card is speak to me for Capricorn. So we have full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. Okay, Capricorns, so you are being encouraged to take inspired action during this new moon. What I'm feeling is that this is a great opportunity for you to manifest courage. Like the strength card is coming to mind for me right now. And so, or even getting some inspiration. And so if you're feeling like you're being held back, or if you're feeling stuck, this new moon would be a great opportunity to manifest, the inspiring ideas that you need to move forward. It's also a great time to manifest, again, that strength and guidance and direction so that you're able to move forward. I'm definitely feeling like there is an opportunity, like you have something sort of brewing and maybe you're unsure about it because of your confidence level. And so that's where the strength card for me is coming from. So really using this new moon as an opportunity to manifest confidence, manifest inspiration so that you can take the action that you need to move yourself forward. Okay, Capricorn. All right. So next up we have Aquarius. This card is speaking to me. All right. Last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. All right. So Aquarius, you are being asked to slow down, and that should not be a surprise for you because for many of the Aquarius people that I know, like their minds are constantly going because they're thinking about so many different things and they're trying to stay, caught up on everything, but you can't do everything at once, right? And so what is being asked of you during this new moon is to take a breather, slow down, regroup, reconnect with yourself first so that you can move forward. And so I would highly recommend manifesting some alone time, manifesting just an opportunity to retreat, like if it's an actual retreat or if it's just spending some time indoors, that's something that will best serve you right now. Okay, Aquarius, so take a breather. All right. Next up, we have Pisces. All right, so for Pisces, we have last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past. Okay, Pisces, so is there something or someone that is sort of taking over your thought process, taking over your mind, and not in the sense of like mind control, but just sort of like in an annoying way, like just gnawing at you, right? If so, what you need to focus on manifesting, hold on, is having that peace of mind, having that ability to just be able to let go of those things from your past, again, whether it's people or ideas. And so during this new moon, really focus on manifesting some freedom, some detachment from the things from your past so that they don't continue to hold you back. Because what I'm feeling is that like you maybe want to move forward or you want to do something, but like there's like something tethering you to your past. And so focusing on manifesting a way to get out of that will best serve you. Okay, Pisces. So leave the past behind. Okay. Next up, we have Aries. All right, for Aries, I have new moon in Aries. Go for it. All right, Aries. So whatever it is that is currently on your to-do list, on your mind, something that you're hoping or wishing for, just go for it. Just do it. Get it out of your system, explore it, see where it takes you, and don't look back. And so one of the things that you can focus on manifesting during this new moon is, having the right opportunities or the right people or the right circumstances or whatever it is that will help you execute this particular task or whatever it is that will help you to move forward with whatever it is that's currently on your mind. That's the thing you need to focus on manifesting during this new moon. Okay, so go for it. Okay, next up we have Taurus, and you are speaking to me for Taurus. So we have new moon in Virgo. Trust all is well. Okay, Taurus. So what I'm feeling is that, perhaps you've been in your head lately about where things are going, what's happening, how can I, do better? How can I do differently? And what is being asked of you is to just sort of trust that you have done everything that you can. You've done your best. There's no need to continue to dwell on certain situations. You just have to let it be at this point, right? And so during this new moon, I would recommend manifesting just some peace of mind, some wholeness, like really focusing on like your internal feelings of like confidence and security is the thing that's going to best serve you during this new moon. Because again, I'm feeling like, whatever it is that's sort of picking at you, like you've done all that you can. There isn't really much more that you can do. You just have to trust that things are going to work out, right? All is well at this point. So, instead of getting caught up in, what more you can do, focus on just having that own sense of inner peace and inner calm and inner security that everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to. Okay, Taurus. So that is your message. Okay, next up, we have Gemini, and this card is speaking to me. So we have last quarter moon in Virgo. Attend to the details. Okay, so for my Geminis, perhaps you have not been doing the things that you should have been doing. And now is the time for you to be a little bit more diligent, pay a little bit more attention to the details in the things that you're doing, so that you can really bring them to fruition. At the start of this live, I talked about how Virgo is the ruler of the sixth house, which is related to our day-to-day work, our details. And I'm feeling like this is particularly important for you, Gemini. And so one of the things that I would recommend focusing on during this new moon is manifesting organization, manifesting patience, manifesting, having like the right people to help you through those, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So if you're someone who isn't really good at the details, then manifest, the right person coming in who is good at the details. But either way, something you need to pay closer attention to something in your life. It could be related to your work. It could be related to your family. So however this resonates, just understand that some extra details are needed. And if that's something that you're not necessarily good at, then during this new moon, focus on getting that clarity, getting that understanding, or having the right people around you to help you work through those details. Okay, Gemini? Okay. Next up, we have Cancer. So this card right here is speaking to me for Cancer. All right. Thank you. So we have first quarter moon in Aries. Step into your power. Okay. So Cancer. Is there someone who is trying to hold you back, or someone who's trying to, I want to say diminish you. I don't know if that is the right word. But what I'm feeling is that, like, you need to own it. Okay, Cancer, you need to own who you are and what you bring to the table, and just owning like the great person that you are. And so right now you're being encouraged to step into your power, like let that shine, let people see that. If there is someone or like a situation that's sort of making you feel small or causing you to question whether or not you're doing the right thing or if you're on the right path, understand that you are, and you just need to own that. You need to really shine and express that, and come across as much more confident. And so one of the things that I would recommend for you, Cancer, is to focus on manifesting confidence, focus on manifesting like that inner trust, that inner knowing that what you do, what you're bringing to the table, who you are is more than enough. Okay, Cancer. So that is my recommendation for you for this new moon. Okay. And last but certainly not least, we have our Leos. And this card is coming to me for Leo. And of course, it's going to be a Leo card. So full moon in Leo, go wild. So, we just finished up Leo season. So, I'm sure that was a wild time for you already. But what's being asked of you is just to continue to shine, continue to be your bright, sunny, cheery personality. Leo is ruled by the sun. And so the sun is, sort of the center of our universe, right? And so understanding that, it's okay for you to be your own center of your own universe. Like that's totally fine. Just as long as you're doing it in a way that's authentic to you, as long as you're doing it because that's what you want to do and that's what you feel to do, then go for it. Whenever you do something that's, inauthentic, like people see it. Like it's sort of like I'm getting this image of like the clouds covering the sun. Like you have this like shadow, like people recognize it, right? When you're not being authentic, there's sort of this shadow around you. So really focus on your authenticity, really focus on being the best version of yourself. And during this new moon, just focus on manifesting more opportunities for you to shine, more opportunities for you to express yourself. This could be expressing yourself creatively, expressing yourself, in terms of like how you dress, or through like words. Like I'm getting an image of like someone doing like spoken word, like sharing their poetry, like just doing something that will help you stand out so that you can go wild in your lovely Leo selves. Okay. All right. So that is it for that portion of the reading. And so now I will do a quick collective reading to, get a sense for, what is happening or what we can anticipate during this new moon. One quick thing I want to mention. So I mentioned, I think it was for Aquarius. I talked about a retreat, or like taking a breather and literally retreating. And so this is a great opportunity for me to plug in that my friend and I are planning a retreat for March of next year. So it'll be right before the spring equinox / the first new moon of the astrological year. And so we're really excited. It's called Spring Awakening. And so if you follow me on Instagram, you should be seeing some information about that very soon. I've already posted some stuff on my at Dr. Tasia White page. I will be also posting on my Chiron page very soon. And it's just going to be a great opportunity. So if you are interested in learning more, we will be hosting 2 information sessions next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it'll be virtually hosted. And, we'll be sharing what we're doing as well as taking any questions people may have. And we're also going to share the recording. So if for some reason someone can't make it to either of the 2 information sessions, then we will have a website where they can watch the video and complete a form that just lets us know that, they're interested and want to learn more information. So something to keep an eye out for. I'm sure we'll do like info video that I'll share on both Instagram and YouTube at some point that sort of talks about the highlights of the retreat. So just something to be mindful of. But that came to mind when I was talking about when I was doing the Aquarius reading. So something to keep an eye out for. And as I'm shuffling, I keep seeing the Magician card. So definitely some manifesting taking place. Okay. So do one more. And I just saw the World card. So some endings and beginnings. Okay, so this first card representing you, we have the 6 of Wands. So I like this energy to, right out the gate. So you being represented by the 6 of Wands, like in a position of power, perhaps you've overcome something that was pretty significant, and you're just showing up in this, very regal, victorious manner. Okay, so that's representing you. What about the situation? We have the Empress card, and so the situation is calling for you to just sit back, relax, and allow for things to come to you. It's like whatever happened before, was probably a lot of work, and so now you're like, you came out on the other side of it like, great, like, I did the work, I did everything I needed to, I'm in a good position, and now you just sort of sit and wait for, things to roll in. So if it's a situation where you made like a really significant investment and took a lot of time and effort, now you just, sit and wait for for the money to roll in, or if it's a situation where, you know, put in a lot of work for like a job or a promotion, like now you just sort of sit and wait and allow for you to get that letter saying you got it. Either way, understanding that you don't need to do any more work at this point is what the situation is calling for. So let's get a little bit more info on like what is actually trying to come in. All right, so these two cards. All right, this is an interesting combination. So we have the 9 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. So what I'm getting is that like you're getting the things that you wanted, right? Whatever you've been asking for, whatever you've been working towards, it's like you're getting it from the universe, from, you know, from your job, from people around you. Like wish is being granted is what the universe is telling you. However, you need to be careful because there may be some strings attached, or there may be something sort of like I'm getting something like sneaky or underlining about it. And so one of the things that I would recommend, and this is totally in line with Virgo, is read the fine print. Like make sure you go over all of the details, make sure you fully understand like what is being asked of you, or what's being required, and really like go through the fine print. Because while you're getting the thing that you want, you also want to make sure that like it's sustainable, right? You also want to make sure that it's not like I'm getting like a pyramid scheme, like, you know, oh, you'll get this, but you have to do these things. Like granted, whatever the situation is, it may not necessarily be a pyramid scheme per se, but I'm feeling like there's just something sneaky like that related. Like make sure you get all of the details. Okay, so that's what's being asked of you. Let's see, any potential blocks. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself organized. Let's see, is there anything blocking this opportunity from coming in? Too many cards. All right. So we have the 6 of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So one of the things that could get in your way, and actually when I originally picked up the cards, the 6 of Pentacles was in reverse. So I'm going to accept it that way. Giving too much. Like you need to be careful about giving too much or feeling like you have to do too much. And like with this page, like I'm sort of seeing them as like being defiant, like, no, like I have to keep fighting. I have to keep going. And it's like, no, you've done enough. We have the Empress here. You've done more than enough. Now you simply just need to be in that energy of allowing. And because when you keep giving, like there becomes this unequal energy exchange. And so at the end of the day, you want the energy exchange to be balanced. And that's one of the things that you're being encouraged to learn at this time. Going back to this Page of Swords, it's like this is a lesson for you. And so, you know, you really need to learn how to embrace this Empress energy. And the best way to do so is to just sit, allow things to come to you. Like, don't be so caught up in like what you're trying to give or what you have to give, or like thinking you have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Like you're already here. You've already made it. So there isn't more for you to do. You just have to allow. Okay. All right. Let's see. Is there any opportunities, advice that will help? Okay. So we have the King of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles that jumped out. And then we also have the Ace of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles. And so that's an interesting combination here. So with this King of Cups and Four of Pentacles, um, what I'm feeling is like it's okay to want to hold on to your own energy. It's okay to want to protect your own energy. And, doing so from a place of maturity is the thing that's going to best serve you. And so if for some reason more is being asked of you, right? Going back to the Seven of Swords card that came up, like, let's say if there's some weird thing like, oh, but you have to do X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, I don't have to do that. I've already done the work. I already did everything I was supposed to. And so now it's your job to make sure that I get what is due to me, and it's not coming from a place of like greed. It's like you really did do the work, right? And so now it's just a matter of asking for what was promised, or asking for what you're supposed to be getting at this time. And so understanding that may require you to sort of reserve your energy. It may require you to sort of take that step back and really focus on like keeping yourself balanced, and understanding that that's totally okay. Hey, thank you for joining. So that's one opportunity, sort of like keeping yourself reserved. The other part is just understanding that whatever it is that you're working on is clearly something that you're passionate about, right? And so at the end of the day, it's not really work, right? It's really just you doing what you feel guided to do. But at the end of the day, you also want to make sure that people don't take advantage of this, right? You don't want people to feel like, oh, well, because they enjoy doing this or because they're really good at it, let me just keep throwing them in these situations. And it's like, no, that's not fair to you in the end. So again, you've done the work. You're in a good position. Just allow it to come in. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull some cards from my Archangel Michael deck. Just to, give us some advice, get a sense for, what's happening here. And then I'll pull one card from my Miracles Now deck. And then that'll be it for our reading. Very, very interesting. Again, I think it's so funny that like these two cards, the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Swords, came out because, again, this Virgo energy is about details. And so make sure you pay attention to the details. If you heard nothing else in this reading, pay attention to the details. Read the fine print. Hello, welcome. And just sort of, don't focus so much on like doing more. The only thing you really need to do is read the fine print. Okay, so messages from Archangel Michael. All right, these cards wanted to come up. So we have, you're on the right path. And I feel like that was definitely represented here. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention. And let's see, can I get one more? You and your loved ones are safe. Okay. I don't know if you can see it over there on YouTube. Okay. All right. Last but not least, we have a Miracle Now card. But overall, I feel this has been a really interesting reading. If you watch this on YouTube later, I will include the timestamps for the first half of the reading where I went through all of the signs. And so you can anticipate that. One card backwards. You can anticipate that once I post it. If you're watching this on Instagram, I apologize that I cannot do that on Instagram. And so you're more than welcome to watch the YouTube version so that you can see the first half of the reading where I pulled cards for each zodiac sign. And just getting a sense for what you need to focus on manifesting during this new moon in Virgo. Okay. All right. And then this weekend, I will be posting a pick a card love reading, I believe is what I decided on this weekend. So something to keep an eye out for. And then, as I mentioned at the beginning of this live, I will also be posting more videos, particularly on YouTube, just because it's much easier to post videos on YouTube versus Instagram, sorry. But I will be posting more videos consistently on YouTube in addition to like my card of the day, okay? All right, so first, I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. So understanding that what you're doing, like you really need to go within and understanding like I'm doing this because I feel that this is the best thing to do, right? It's going back to this Ace of Cups and Eight of Pentacles. It's like I feel that this is the best thing to do. This is what my intuition is telling me. I'm doing so because I'm doing this from a place of power, not from a place of need, not from a place of like, I need to appease other people. I'm doing this because this is what's best for me. Okay. And then the other card that jumped out is I can think my way out of fear. So in the event that, you know, the fear monster does try to make an appearance, just sort of systematically working through it, like, okay, why am I feeling this feeling? Like, am I really afraid of this? Or, you know, is this fear really valid? If it's not valid, why is this coming to me right now? Like, what is it that I need to work through? And so using your intellect to sort of work your way out of fear, because, you know, that's where fear tends to start. So just how much, what am I trying to say? You know, it's easy for fear to use our thoughts to like get us in that place, right? But it's also just as easy to work backwards and get out of that place of fear by using the same logic. It's just a matter of like finding the evidence. So it's like, you know, people won't think I'm worthy of this raise, or people won't think that I'm worthy of, you know, stepping up into this position. And then, you know, that's sort of fear talking, but then you can respond back to fear saying like, well, this person said I was really good at this, and this person said I was really good at that, and my boss told me these things, and just sort of like work your way out of it, right? So that's something that will best serve you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this reading. I hope that all of you on YouTube could hear me well this time, because as I mentioned earlier, when I did a live a couple of weeks ago, there was absolutely no sound, and I apologize. So hopefully I got it right this time. But thank you so much for watching. Like I said, you can anticipate a weekend pick a card reading coming up on Saturday. And until then, new moon blessings to all of you, and have a great day. See ya.